I posted a video on YouTube and on LinkedIn, and I got hired as a senior iOS developer. Have you heard that statement before from other influencers, from other content creators? I remember back in the day when I was learning iOS development, when I was watching a lot of influencers and content creators on YouTube, that was the theme. People would literally say, hey, people landed on my content and they hired me and now I have a job. However, I think those creators miss a few very essential points. So let's break it down. So there is indeed this concept, content to hire, or content to sell, content to be more visible, content to establish your authority. Whatever your goal is, content will help you do that. So what other creators are missing when they're sharing their origin stories, sharing their stories, how content helped them, a few things. One of the components that is really important to keep in mind is your network. People who are watching you, people who are landing on your content, people who are getting in touch with your content. Because you can create videos, you can go live all day long, but if nobody is watching, if nobody is seeing you, then it kind of defeats the purpose. So I started creating content back in 2017. Since then, a lot of things change. Algorithms change, the social media change. Right now, everybody is creating content, and we are in so-called content or social media recession in a way, because our audience, that people are so overwhelmed with the amount of content that they can consume, that it's really hard to kind of stand out there. Also, when it comes to content, it's really important to hold your identity, because it's really easy to get distracted and start getting into content creator mindset versus content marketer, or using content, remembering that you are using content as a tool to stand out in your network and show up as an expert, so everybody knows you're the one, that you're the shit, that they have to work with you and not with anybody else. So that's another point. So your network, your content, and you have to curate your content specifically, because you're not creating content for likes and shares. You're not creating content to get more subscribers. You're creating content to market your skill set. So, and now it's important to talk about your network, because here's the thing, your network is your net worth, okay? And when you connect with somebody, there's a certain journey that person, psychological journey, that person goes through. When they land on your page, they don't know who you are, they don't know what you're about, they don't know what you're offering. They're absolutely 100% unaware, and they're unaware of you, they're unaware of the problem that you might solve, and even if they have that problem. And if you do it correctly, if you show up correctly and strategically, then your network, your people in your network, they become aware of you, and they know what you're about, and they know whether or not you can solve their problem. So, and this is your job, and this is your responsibility to guide them through your posts, through your videos, through conversations, so people get aware of you. So, and this is pretty much how content to hire works. So, what is important though, your niche is also important, because if you are posting content, what everybody else is posting, what everybody else is talking about, otherwise it's very broad and generic content, and without the necessary level of specificity, what you're doing exactly, without niching down either on your market, on your industry, or your technology, or your particular tool that you know better than anyone else, then it's really hard to stand out, because even though not every developer, not every engineer markets themselves through social media content, there are a lot of tech creators that talk about generic topics like top 5 languages, top 5 programming languages in 2023. The best language to learn to start coding and stuff like that. You can find those videos, or like boot camps versus self-taught, like whatever. So you can find those videos all over the YouTube, all over the internets. But if you start copying other tech creators, what they are doing, then you're not standing out of the crowd. So you choose everybody else. And back to the initial statement. To be subject matter expert, to stand out in your network, to really leverage that content to higher principle, you gotta stand out in your content. You go, like, when people watch and listen to your content and read your content, people know clearly and unequivocally what you are about, what problem you're solving. Because people don't care what is the best programming language in 2023. People don't care about generic stuff. Like, the YouTube is oversaturated with this. The market is oversaturated with this. Every single programmer and their mama talk about the same generic stuff. So your job is not to be generic and be very specific to a particular problem that you are solving. And does it have to be huge? But once you are define the level of specificity that you talk to your network, you're going to stand out. You're going to stand out. Now, let's talk about what type of content, what form of content is the most performant, the absolutely winner when it comes to content creation. Video is always the king. Video is always the king. I understand that not everybody is comfortable with video, but video is always the king. When I'm telling you, I posted a YouTube video and I get hired. Like, to simplify the process, like really to the T, I posted a YouTube video and I get hired. But it was the right type of YouTube video. It was the right type of network, and it was consistency. It was my consistency, because you can't just expect that you create one video, one piece of content, and people gonna land on your page and just throw offers at you. Sometimes you are not even aware if people are watching your content. Like, your analytics are low, your numbers are low, you see views, but like nobody's commenting, nobody's liking, nobody's sharing, but the calls are coming through. And not every recruiter, not every hiring manager, not every connection will say, "Hey man, I just saw your YouTube video. This is so freaking amazing. Can you work with us?" Not everybody will do that. People might look at your content and say, okay, let me talk to that person. And they may not even mention your content. See what I mean? They're quiet action takers in a way. They didn't like your comment, they didn't share, they didn't like your video, they didn't share, they didn't interact with your content in any visual way, but they made a call. They got in touch. They sent connection request. You know what I mean? So this is why it is important to have those very, very distinct things in place. So I hope that video was helpful, and this is what I do with my clients. I help them to create content that will put them as industry subject matter expert, and I'm not about just general stuff. I'm about niching down, and I'm about finding your profitable niche that will bring you all the money, that will put you in a position where you're an expert, when you're a subject matter expert, so you don't have a lot of competition. You have a fairly good market to yourself because, again, everybody is generic, everybody is doing everything, but you're not doing everything. You're doing a very specific thing that your ideal employers or ideal customers are looking for. And here we go. You end up with all of the money. So, and this is all what I have for today. I will see you in the next video. Follow me on YouTube. Connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you're interested in my coaching program, definitely grab the form, fill out the form, or DM me on LinkedIn, and let's start conversation going.